Hey everyone, and welcome to another installment of Tom's World. In today's video, we're back here in the Chamonix State Park, and I'm on the hunt for new things to see that are remnants of Sarobia. So, let's go check this out. So what we're going to be looking for today are remnants of the old Gatehouse. I do believe that there used to be two of them. I think that the other one was closer to where the main entrance is now for the park. And then there was one down this way as well. This is the one down here is where I'm going to be focusing on right now, because I know there's no remnants of the other one. But thank you to one of my followers, Scott, who had sent me some pictures and told me where I could find the things that he was looking at. And it definitely does look like remnants of the old Gatehouse, so we're going to check that out. Now, once again, this may not be a very long video, as there's not really going to be too much of an area to cover. However, when I'm done, I will be going back over to the garden, and I will be talking to you all a little bit about what the near future holds for the other volunteers and I, and what we will be doing. And I'll be giving out some more information about the fundraiser. Just an update on what we've gotten so far, and you know, just trying to ramp up everybody to share out the link. They've obviously been cutting down a lot of trees in here. Let's check this out before we go down there. I know some time ago when I came back through here, there were like piles of concrete that thanks to other YouTubers, I was able to figure out that they were just part of the old benches that used to be here. I don't know if those things are still back here. Oh yeah, I see them. They are still here. But look at all these trees. I hope they turn a lot of this into mulch so that we can use it in the garden. We're going to need a lot. So as I make my way through all these big pieces of tree down here, you can see all the concrete. They were the sides of the benches. And I'll show you. It's just weird that they're all laid out in a circle like this. It's like almost kind of creepy. But if you look down here, you can see the middle part. There was one on either side, or maybe there was three, one in the middle as well. The top, or the part in the middle, would have the tabletop, and the other two lower ends would be the seats, the bench seats. Still cool though. I was right at this entrance where the gatehouse was that I'm looking for. I don't know if it was on this side or this side. For some reason I want to say it was on this side. I mean, I have seen pictures of it over at the Historical Society, but I could be wrong. But I'll check out this side first. I think instead of going along the road, I'll just kind of go down here. Now, I know that the gatehouse was not far from the road at all. But then again, the road may have changed over the years. I'm not sure. I didn't do a whole history of State Road. But I think I'm seeing some concrete over here. Let me turn you off. I'm going to walk through all this stuff here, and that might be part of the gatehouse. But let me go check it out. Okay, so there's definitely concrete here, so I did pick the right side. And Scott had told me that he found what he believed to be some kind of well. And well, there it is. Yeah, I know, that was corny. Yeah, this definitely very well could have been a well. Sorry, I keep saying the word well. I mean, it's round. It's got bricks. It seems to go down a lot further than the dirt and the leaves here. So yeah, I guess this just could have been like a well for drinking water or something. I mean, I know that they did back in the 20s, 30s, 40s. They did have piping for water and stuff like that. But you know, maybe this was just a freshwater well. Over this way, it almost looks like steps. That could be what's left of the steps that went into the house. Although I don't think there were many steps going up to the front door from the pictures that I saw. But still, this is pretty exciting to me because it's something new and it's related to Sarobia, so that's pretty awesome. I know I say it all the time, but I really wish I could have seen this place when everything was still standing. I'm looking around. I know that Scott had also sent me pictures of a rather big pipe that was just laying on the ground that I would assume would have went up to the gatehouse, but so far I'm not seeing it. I'll walk a little further down this way and see if it's there. Of course, I'm not going to walk down too far because then get too far away from where the where the gatehouse was. I keep wanting to call it the Carriage House, which, for any of you that have watched my videos the countless times that I've talked about the different buildings that were around, the Carriage House was connected to the wall in front of the garden. Got some kind of mesh fencing of some kind here. Doesn't mean it's old just because it's rusted, but there is some concrete under it. And I don't know the exact location of where the house was, but I would assume since down there was more of a bigger pile of concrete that it must have been there. But maybe it came down to here. Maybe they had a garage or something. I really don't know, as pictures are kind of scarce, at least the ones that the Historical Society has. Most of their older pictures are limited to the garden. It's usually, sorry, there's a truck going by. It's usually like the same few different parts of the garden. But I'm not seeing anything else here. Walk down a little further. But at this point, I'd have to say I'm a fair distance away from where the house was. Yeah, I do this to myself. I'll come down and I'll think, all right, I'll go a little further and check something out, and then when I finally do give up, it's in my head the entire time until I go home, even when I'm doing the editing for the video, that, man, maybe if you would have just went a little further, you would have found what you were looking for. So Scott, if I didn't go down far enough, let me know, and I'll include that pipe in another video if I don't find it this time. All right. Back here at the original piles of concrete that I found and where that well is, right down there. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it, trying to find where that pipe might have been. You know, it might be on the other side of this trail here. It's entirely possible because I'm not seeing it at all. Also, in Scott's pictures, there were little concrete pillars of sorts standing like straight up, and I'm not seeing them here either. So again, if I don't find it, Scott, your help would be much appreciated. Well, we'll go on the other side of the trail here. Just imagine though, right here, there used to be a gatehouse, and this was the main road going down to Sarobia. So as you entered past the gatehouse to go down to the mansion, this is the view you would have seen all the way down. It's amazing. I'm still not giving up on the hope that somewhere, somehow, somebody has video footage of this place when it was up and running, when Robert Logan was still alive, because there were home cameras then. I mean, they were expensive, but people had them. If anybody ever finds any old video footage of this place, please let me know. So now on the other side here, being careful as I go down, the hill's a little steep. That's okay, I got it. There's not really much to this side, so somehow I doubt that this is where that pipe is, unless it's like straight down that way. What's really cool is this stump kind of looks like the head of a dragon. So there was nothing more up there for me to see, so I'll just walk down this, what used to be the main road coming in, and I'll head back down to the garden. But I figured I'd take some footage of just walking down this road. I'm sure that back in the beginning days of Sarobia, this was probably like just a dirt road or a gravel road. I mean, it could have been paved, but again, not having seen a whole lot of photos, I'm not sure. And you can see the bathrooms on the left there, so you know where we are. Which, by the way, the bathrooms are still closed. If you come in here and you need a bathroom, go back down that way towards the parking lots. In between the two parking lots, there's a building on the left. Sorry about that. I looked away from my camera and didn't realize it was pointed down. All this time with this gimbal, and I'm still learning. Plus, I think after I took that fall over in the woods by Station Ave, I think that this thing has been acting a little hokey from time to time. Sometimes it turns on its own. I'm hoping I didn't damage it. I mean, when it's not turning on its own, the footage still looks great. And see, right now we would be heading straight towards the mansion if it was still there. It is a shame they had to take that down, but it had a massive termite problem, so it was either take it down or have it come down on somebody when they're in here. And here we are. One of my favorite places in the world. Still a bit cold out. Not as cold as it has been, but still. But spring is right around the corner, which is one of the things that I'm about to talk to you about. So here in the garden, I can't help but notice that there was a pile of mulch on the other side of that wall that was from the tree that they took down that was over by the house over here. And it would seem that they used the mulch and put it around the trees and the bushes and stuff, which is awesome. However, we the volunteers We are also going to need some mulch, and I know that they have plenty of it here. As I showed you, all the trees they've been cutting down. You know, people who have the license to do so have been taking some for firewood, and that they've been cutting a lot of it up for mulch. And we're definitely going to need a lot of mulch. We're going to need it for this area here. We're going to need it for this area over here, which I also noticed they have cleaned all the leaves out, which I really appreciate that they do this stuff. I mean, I understand it's their job. Well, part of their job, we should say. A small part of their job. They do a lot of other things. But we're definitely going to need mulch for that. I don't see any signs, actually, just before I pass by it, I don't see any signs of the hostas coming back, so that's kind of weird. They've been there since the 80s, as far as I know, and they come back every year, but maybe it's just too cool for them to come up just yet, so we'll see. But we definitely have a lot of things to plant around here. Around the chessboard, what I would like to do to prevent more mud from slipping down onto the bricks, which I'll show you what I mean. Keeping in mind that we cleaned all this out, and you can see some mud starting to form on the bricks here, over there, and especially right here, going all the way down, including the very first area that I started with in digging out the paths, which is over here. And the reason for this, obviously, is because the mud around the outer bricks goes up higher than the bricks. So what I think we need to do is dig like a trench, going all the way around all the different places where mud slides in when it rains, and just fill it with mulch, and or stones would work as well. So we'll have to see what we can figure out for that. But I want you all to keep in mind, as I said, spring is right around the corner, and that means we'll be a lot closer to the time that we're going to be planting things in here. Now, we currently have, I think it was almost $1,900 for the fundraiser, which, as I've mentioned before, is awesome. I cannot thank everybody enough. All of those who gave, all of those who shared out the link. You are all awesome people, and I appreciate you. However, we do need quite a bit more. I think, just estimating, I think we need at least double what we have in order to get a substantial amount of plants, which, for anybody that wants to donate plants, you can contact me, and we can work that out. Just keep in mind, as I've said all along, that they have to be native to the area, because that's part of the stipulations of the state park, is that they can't plant anything that's not native, because it could ruin the whole ecosystem. It may not, but it could, and they don't want to take that chance. So please make sure that you check out in the link or the description below this video. There'll be a link to the Sarobia fundraiser, and make sure you give whatever you can. $1, $5, $10, $100, whatever you would like to give to help make this area flourishing again, with flowers, bushes, shrubs. We have so many plans. I mean, a lot of it we're actually going to need help with. And I do recall that I got an email from somebody that wanted to be a volunteer, and I cannot remember her name right now off the top of my head. I'd have to go back through my emails. But she said that she does know what she's doing with garden planning. So hopefully, if you're watching this, reach out to me again, and we'll try to work something out so that you can help us plan this out. If not, then I'm sure there's plenty of people who know what they're doing that can step up and help out. But you know, some things that I do know that we want to do here in the spade planters, we want to get very low growing, dark colored flowers, so that they emulate the black spades of a playing card. I do know that over here in what used to be the reflecting pond, that we would like to have very low growing light blue flowers if possible, just to simulate water, because we're not allowed to have any standing water in here. And yes, I know the little pond over there has standing water, but I believe that's being fed from somewhere else. So it's never going to be fully drained, but this definitely will not hold water anymore. There's tons of cracks in the sides and the bottom underneath all that dirt. But we are going to have to dig up a lot of this dirt, because it's just junk dirt, and there's a lot of rocks and stuff in it. At least half of it, and then put in fresh soil. So we'll be looking for donations for that as well. If not, you know, the donations so that we can buy it. I don't know what we're going to do with the fountain. Obviously, this fountain will never be functional again, because the pipes for it are in the wall, and we are not going to be touching this wall at all. We're not ruining anything that's here just to get something like that working. But, you know, maybe we could get like another little half bowl on there, plant some flowers in that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe put a little bit of soil in the little side partitions here, and put some flowers in there. There's tons of possibilities, and I know I'm rambling, but this thing is really important to me, and it's important to the other volunteers, and I know it's important to a lot of the community. A lot of people have reached out to me over time. They've thanked me and the other volunteers for everything that we've done here, and we've only barely scratched the surface of what we want to do. So again, please check the description of this video. Look for the link. If you can't give anything, just share it out on your page. There might be somebody on your friends list that that might want to donate, even if it's $1. Like I said, any little bit helps. Every little bit helps. This guy right here, this is another thing that we definitely would want to get fixed. I mean, obviously he has seen better days. He's missing part of one leg, most of his right arm. His hands are gone, and there we go. It wouldn't turn up on me. There's a side of his face that's missing. So we definitely would like to restore Humpty. But that's secondary to the flowers and the shrubs and the bushes. That right there is the biggest step. And I'm going to talk to the right now the normal manager of the park is away, and there's an acting manager for the time being. But I would like to talk to them and see if it's possible for me to have some kind of little fundraiser here. Once we get some stuff planted, like I can have a little event here where people can come by, they can check it out. You know, we can take physical donations right there as far as money or native flowers or whatever, and me and the other volunteers, we could be here and give everyone like little personal tours, like show everyone where everything was, the mansion, the carriage house, the greenhouse, the garage / barn behind that building. I mean, there's a lot to see. Of course, there's a lot that's not there, but it's history, and it's really interesting, I think. So I'm going to see if I can do that, but we'll find out once I talk to them. But in the meantime, please feel free to come down here, see all the paths that we have dug up, check out the chessboard. There's plenty to see right now. The grass here, as I've mentioned, this was a donation from Downey Landscaping, and it looks like it's doing really well. We're about to get some pretty substantial rains in the next few days, so you know, they'll get watered and they'll start looking a bit more healthy. But I mean, they look great for having been through the winter we had, and I couldn't be happier about that. So once again, for all of you who have donated, for all of you who have shared out the link, for all of you who have subscribed to my channel, I thank every one of you. I can't even begin to express in words how happy it makes me to make videos that people seem to enjoy. When I first started doing this, it was just something to occupy my time. I really didn't think I was going to get anywhere with it, and in comparison to a lot of different YouTubers, I am minuscule. But currently, before I started this video, I have 548 subscribers, and man, it just blows my mind every time I look at that number when it goes up. But yeah, thank you very much. You've all been very kind, and I appreciate all of you. So I think I'll wrap this up now. Make sure, once again, that you check out the fundraiser. I've typed up an extensive page for it where you can read some of the history and everything, and then there's links back to my channel here, which you're already at. And it's starting to rain now, so I'm gonna have to hurry it up even more. But also make sure you check out all the links in the description of this video. There is a link to a live show that I do with a friend of mine, Dom. It's called Dom and Tom's World. We interview people. We have a lot of interesting people on there, and it's always a good time. The link will take you to either our YouTube or our Facebook page, depending on the link that you click on, and you can check out our past videos and see if it's something that you'd like to watch live. If you do, you can comment in the chat while we're live, ask questions, whatever. Also, let's see, what else? Sorry, my mind just drew a blank. I was focused in on that robin that was flying in the distance. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna get out of here, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you stay safe, stay healthy, and take care.